So, fix the camera's brightness by setting it, basically doing it again. This is so stupid. Anyway, Daniel, if you want to know when it was written, McLeaner has some videos on it, and one of his recent, I think it's I can't remember his name. Of course I can. Anyway, Falk answered from Ancient Egypt and Bible, answered some questions about it. Basically, the reason mainly people don't think it was written by Daniel, or in the time period it was, is because, A, there's some Greek loan words, all of them are about instruments. So, it's like, who cares? It's the people been trading with Greece, or the Greeks, for a long time. I'm pretty sure they'll get some loan words. It's not like the 50% of it or 100% of it is written in Greek. Awesome. Because they think the prophecies in Daniel are very well aligned with actual historical events. And they don't think that means it could be written before. Because they think prophecy can't happen. Therefore, because prophecy can't happen, Daniel can't be prophetic. Because prophecy can't happen. See, circular reasoning. It is. It's circular. It's just circular. Could it be a coincidence? Maybe. No, don't point out that they're being stupid. It's circular. Anyway. So, thing about Daniel. When he arrived in Babylon, he was young. Not in his 20s young. No, preteens. Because that's the exact age the people of Babylon would be taking these kids, these people, to train to be in their courts and made eunuchs. Which does not involve a snippy. It involves 2 stones being placed between them and crushing. The thing in between. Yeah. Anyway, that was that in your mind. Have fun with that one. So, and of course, there's the dream of the statue. Where like the head of gold, silver, bronze, stuff. What is this about? Muslims would say it's about the Ottoman Empire. No. First thing, it literally says, the stone is a kingdom that will have no end. The Ottoman Empire ended after World War I. Yeah. Then there's like whole destroying Rome. Inspiring Philosophy has a bunch of videos on this. Something some people pointed out, like Mike Winger from Bible Thinker, has pointed out that and testified that the stone kind of lines up to where the start of Jesus' ministry was, where, yeah, it comes and just destroys the other kingdoms and destroys the whole statue kind of kingdom lays dead. Yes. Is well, basically when Jesus shows up and starts the kingdom of heaven. So yeah, not necessarily apocalyptic. Then, image of the gold in the fire furnace. Remember this one from Sunday school. People will ask, where's Daniel? Remember, Daniel is a high official. He might be on official business for the king somewhere. Which, yeah, that's just what these officials do. It's like Secretary of State or Vice President. They go away, boss. They will go on official business for the president. Also, yes, Daniel was an official, a government official in Babylon. I know some people say, oh, you can't be a government official for a pagan nation. Daniel was. You can. There's nothing in the Bible that says you can't. That's just a rule you guys are putting on yourselves for numerous reasons. So, yes, there's also a tie. So, Nebuchadnezzar got told he's just the head of gold. This one, he built a statue of gold. Is he thinking, well, I could be more than just the head. I could be the whole statue. But... So, yes, gets thrown in a furnace. Likely the same one, or similar one, to where the Ark of the Covenant was thrown when Babylon took it. Yes, that's what Babylon did to sacred furniture. They took it, put it in a furnace, melted it down for the gold, and now, well, where's the Ark of the Covenant? Many places. Technically. So they don't worship the idol, you know the story. And the fourth man in the fire, which a lot of people think to be Jesus. A pre-incarnate Christ. Then Nebuchadnezzar's other dream, where he was told he's going to act like a wild beast. Now, we don't have many documents from Babylon, but also, the Babylonian structure could actually hide this for long enough. And there's the other theory that was like off and on every once in a while. Yes. Oh yes, then King Belshazzar. Like, for a while, so many people were saying that Belshazzar was never king. Yes, he was. Notice that in chapter 5, it says Daniel will be the third most powerful person in the kingdom. Why that? Well, it turns out, when we did do some excavating, Belshazzar was king. Co-king. Along with his dad, who was barely in Babylon. So yeah, he was literally just throwing a party while Daddy was off doing whatever. Usually fighting stuff in Arabia. Get the old writing on the wall. Daniel's really, really old. Will also be really, really hard for someone later on to get this detail right. But whatever. So, yeah. The writing on the wall, they tell what it means, that the kingdom will fall. And it does. So what Persia does, there isn't this great long siege or this great battle for Babylon. No, Persia diverts the Euphrates River. So the Babylonian canals lower and dry up for them to just walk under the wall where the canal opening is and right into the city. Sorry. That's how Persia takes out Babylon. And then, well, kills Belshazzar. And then Darius the Mede, which either is just a name for Cyrus the Great, or the governor Cyrus put over Babylon. Oh yes, then there's the whole Daniel in the lion's den, which here's the main thing. A man gets put into a den, a tomb-like structure, by royal decree, sealed with stone, thought to be dead. Then in the morning, a loved one, someone who loves him, comes rushing to the tomb to take care of it, to find out he's alive and not dead. Yeah, there's the theme. But yeah, Daniel chapter 7, the four beasts. Mike Winger has videos on this and why this isn't necessarily all apocalyptic. So, the first with like a lion, which is Babylon, and the bear. I want to get rid of my sneeze. Why? Bear, which is Persia. Then a leopard, which is Macedon. And the fourth is usually thought of as Rome / some ultimate future kingdom. Then the vision of the ram and the goat. The ram is Persia, the goat is Greece. Ancient teachers from Bible also has a lot of stuff on how this lines up with like how Daniel chapter 11, the king of the north and the south, lines up with Ptolemaic Egypt and its rival to the north. And 9 is Daniel's prayer. Oh yes, then the 77s. This is where things get interesting. So, it's talking about a prophecy. 77s are decreed for your people and your holy city to be finished, to finish transgression and put an end to sin, to atone to wickedness and bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up a vision and prophesy and atone to the most holy city. Yeah. Know and understand from the issuing of the decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until the anointed ruler comes, there will be 77s and 62 sevens. It will be rebuilt with streets and a trench, but in times of trouble. Nehemiah had a hard time building the city. And if you take the time, the year that Nehemiah started building the city, and do the math for how many years this will take. Again, it says sevens because that's the same Hebrew word for week, so it's like week and sometimes. Anyway, you get the exact year Jesus was crucified. Yes. Know and understand this. From the issuing of the decree to the anointed one. So yes, the anointed one will come, the Messiah. After the 62 sevens, the anointed one will be cut off and have nothing. Wait, the anointed one will cut off. What does that mean? Well, obviously Christianity gives the answer. And the Jews always had this idea about potentially two messiahs, a dying messiah and then the conquering messiah. When they saw Jesus, most of them went to Jesus. The people of the ruler who will come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. Like, destroy the city and the sanctuary. The second temple doesn't exist yet, and the first one is still destroyed. It has to be talking about the second temple, not a third temple. No, this isn't talking about a third at all. This is talking about 70 AD. And guess what? No one is going to say 70 AD is the earliest you can date Daniel. Actually, there's another reason why the consensus view is wacky, is because First Enoch quotes Daniel. And also, it would be very weird to put in the Septuagint that quickly. And, like all the other Greek texts. Yes. Partially talking about 70 AD. Vision of the man. Oh. Great. Or the understanding of choice food. And dress in linen. All the vision. Yeah, this is also where the Gabriel says, but the prince of Persia, of the Persian kingdom, resisted me 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me because I was detained there with the king of Persia. Yes, it's probably Gabriel and not a pre-incarnate Christ, because why would Jesus need help? Actually talk about the real leader of Persia. Is talking about the spiritual realm behind Persia. And yes, atheists, that's what allegory is. I know your fundamental minds can't handle that sometimes, but yeah, that's the thing. Fundamental atheists think just like fundamentalists. But yes, then the king who exalts himself is, that's definitely end times. And no, Trump is not the Antichrist. Yeah, because, but oh, look at all the stuff he does. He's literally a playboy. Oh. Yeah, he said he will not fall for the allure of women. Desire of women. Yeah, so, no. Also, here's the thing. He will exalt himself above every god. Everything. Uh, that is worshipped. Yeah. That is really, really big. And then, like, to wrap up stuff in the scroll. I don't feel like I need to sneeze again. And that's Daniel. Yeah. Stay tuned for Hosea next. That's the last of the major prophets. Although the Hebrews, if you go to the Hebrew Old Testament, they don't consider Daniel a prophet. It's in the writings, whatever that means.